What is up, people? Sahara Warrior back with my second video on YouTube, bringing you FIFA 11 commentary, Chelsea versus Liverpool. I'm playing Chelsea. I think it ends 4-0. I hope you enjoy it. It's pretty entertaining, I think, playing the possession tactics. And I contacted Rossi HD, which is an amazing FIFA 11 commentator. I asked him if he could shout me out in one of his videos, and he was nice enough to consider. I'm not asking for an actual shout out. I'm just asking him to consider. If he doesn't like my commentaries now, maybe he'll like them when they'll improve. We'll see what happens. But it's nice of him to even reply to me. He said that he'll watch it and see what happens. So guys, what do you guys think of what happened with Manchester and Chelsea? That was pretty embarrassing for Chelsea. Even though they put up a pretty good fight, if it wasn't for Luis's first I think minutes mistake, it would have been a different game, because always an early goal affects the team. And as you can see, Ancelotti was not happy at all. As soon as the second half started, he subbed Luis out, put Alex in, which I thought was pretty sad. Like, I think Luis is much better than Alex, and just because he made that mistake, granted that for the complete first half he wasn't playing like his usual self, but he should have given him a chance. Lampard scored a nice goal to bring one back for Chelsea, but I don't think it was a thrashing. Like, Chelsea could even have won it if Luis didn't make that mistake in the beginning minutes. But props to Manchester, they played it well. Chicharito took advantage of his first shot on goal, put it right into that corner and gave Manchester the lead. They're a great team. They deserve. I'm not saying they didn't deserve the win, but I'm just saying the game would have been very different if Luis didn't make that mistake in the beginning minute. Another thing I wanted to talk about, like I said in my last video, as soon as the PSN is back up, I'm gonna bring you guys online gameplay. And as you can see, I'm not really being very skillful. The thing is, with the CPU, especially because I'm playing on legendary, they can predict your skill moves, so you can't be very skillful. You can beat them easily because they're very predictable, but you can't use skill moves against them because the CPU will have you figured out. So as soon as the PSN is back up, I'm gonna bring you guys online gameplay, a lot of skill moves. And another thing about the PSN, I read somewhere on the PSN blog that full service of the PSN network is gonna be back up by the 31st of May. Wow, we've already been waiting for 3 weeks, and now they tell us that we have to wait till the 31st of May. Granted, they said that the online gameplay may be back earlier because it's the first thing they're working on, and it's gonna be back the first, but still, like, when's that gonna be? Another week from now? I really can't wait to play online COD, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2. I really miss it, and I want to get you guys online gameplay, and I hope it's back up as soon as possible. What do you guys think about the Liverpool comeback? Like, Liverpool were doing pretty bad at the beginning of the season. They were like, what, second from last, third from last. After the January buys, they got Carroll, they got Suarez, a number of really talented players. They're back up. They're fighting for the top four. They might even be in the Champions League. That's crazy, including the Chelsea comeback. 13 games of very poor form, and they managed to come back to fight for the title. Unfortunately, that's probably over now. Manchester United has it in the bag, most probably, because even if Manchester United lose, Chelsea's games are not easy either. And Arsenal not winning anything, that's pretty sad too, because they played pretty good football this season. Interesting thing that happened this season is the ending of the 16th round drought for Real Madrid, the curse. They've been losing in the 16th round of the Champions League for like 6 years straight, and they finally ended it this year. They won against Lyon, I think, and they had also a pretty tough quarterfinal against Tottenham, and then meeting Barcelona in the semi-final. Great four Clásicos, four Barcelona-Real Madrid games. They were all entertaining, all competitive. None of them were one-sided like the 5-0 thrashing in the new camp in the beginning of the season. I really enjoyed those, even though Barcelona got on top. At least Madrid won one title, which is the cup, which will keep them happy at least for next season. They haven't been winning cups at all. Nice goal from Luis right here, header. That's what he does best. Unfortunately, he wasn't prepared for yesterday's match, which was his team's downfall pretty much. I think he let his team down. It was just a lack of concentration. I think Chelsea played pretty well, like I said, if it wasn't for that first mistake in the first half. What are you guys looking forward to in FIFA 12? I really hope, like, sometimes I really don't feel like playing online because it's really, you rarely find good people online. They're all noobs, they're all shitty players. You thrash them 6-0 and then they score in their own net and then they leave, which gets pretty frustrating. It's really hard. It's really hard to find good competition online. So sometimes I just like playing the CPU because Legendary is much more competitive for me than a lot of the online gameplay. Don't worry about that. I'm still gonna get you guys online gameplay as soon as the PSN is back up. But I hope in FIFA 12 they get something tougher than Legendary. Legendary is also pretty easy. You can thrash them 4-0. They're very predictable. I hope they remove the predictability of the CPU and they make the AI much better, the legendary mode much tougher on players just as a challenge, and also for new players to challenge themselves. Like players new to the series are not gonna jump online straight away because they're probably gonna get owned like a lot of new players are gonna do. First, try the CPU, try beating the CPU. Once you're comfortable with legendary, then you're ready, because we really want competitive play in the online gameplay. It's really annoying to get like this player who can even manage the controls and then you thrash him 6-0 and he leaves. I think I score here. No, I try to feint. I try to feint the Reina, but it fails. Yeah, so like I was saying, they should really improve the AI. Uh, I'm really happy with FIFA 11 actually. A lot of improvement. It was a great game. Still not bored of it, but more animations, like more skill moves. They increase skill moves every year, but they add like one or two, especially in FIFA 11. They didn't add much, but I hope we get a bunch. Like there's a lot of skill moves I have in mind that they should add. I'll get a list later. I can't remember them right now, but I hope we get a lot of skill moves, a lot of animations, and I hope it makes for, and the servers for FIFA 11 online, they're not that good. I hope they're like Battlefield EA servers. They're a lot better. I know they have dedicated servers, but they're still not that good. Do they have dedicated servers? I don't want to give you false information. I'm sure that Battlefield and most EA Sports, EA in general games have dedicated servers which gives a good connection, but FIFA's doesn't seem to have that good connection. And this is a nice goal right here. I think so. No, I don't score here. But like I said, they should give us better service so we can play fluently online. Because in a game like FIFA, you need to have a good connection to play. Because it's not like a shooting game where if you have shitty connection, you can manage. Because every move and you have to react to every single move. And if you're lagging, you're gonna play very badly. And that's one thing they have to fix for FIFA 12. I don't know if it's only me having this issue. I don't know if it's my shitty connection, but usually Call of Duty, I have usually like a 3 bar, 2 bar connection, but because I don't have dedicated servers, they don't have dedicated servers. But I used to play Battlefield, and I never lagged because of the dedicated server. So I hope they fix that in FIFA 12, hopefully. Guys, this is a very average gameplay. Don't think that this is like my best gameplay or something. It's very average, very mediocre. There are much better gameplays on YouTube, great commentators, great FIFA commentators out there, such as Rossi HD. If you stumble across my video and you don't know who Rossi HD is, please go check out his channel. He has a much bigger channel than me, obviously, but still, if you don't know him and you stumble across my video, please check out his channel. He's a great commentator. How the fuck did he miss that? He's a great commentator and you'll love his videos. Another thing is a lot of PS3 gamers are hating on the Sony right now. You guys have to understand that it's not in their hands. Obviously, they're the ones fixing it, but they didn't ask to be hacked. It was out of their hands to be hacked. Some assholes hacked their network. It's not really their fault. So you guys have to be understanding. And I think nice goals coming up here. Feint by Drogba. Scores in the top corner. Nice celebration. See, this is an average goal. This is a nice goal that you guys probably enjoyed, but it's a very average goal. Hopefully, I'll be recording much more better goals. I had a lot of nice goals from online gameplay, but the thing is I only recently got my recording device, so unfortunately I don't have any of my previous goals. Hopefully I'll get new better goals and I'll make a montage soon for you guys to enjoy. I'm a growing channel. But I have like 7 subscribers. I know it's very frustrating when you don't have any channel viewers. You probably think that it's not gonna grow. This is the thing with YouTube. It's like a lottery pick. People release good gameplay day in day out and still their channel doesn't grow, which is very frustrating. YouTube, there's a very big aspect of luck with YouTube. Obviously, if you release good gameplay, you will be recognized, but it's the growth aspect. You need to get lucky. You need to get a shout out from, like, that's why I really appreciate Rossi HD, even though he still didn't shout me out, but at least he was nice enough to respond. Like, a lot of big people with big channels have a big head right now. People are begging for them to shout them out, and they just ignore them, thinking they're better than them, that they deserve. Obviously, they do deserve. A lot of them do deserve the big channels, but they should be humble about it. A lot of commentators like to help smaller channels, which is something I really appreciate. That big channels such as like XJaws and all of those big commentators, I think, like, XJaws, C9ers does a great job of getting small channels to grow. That's a nice thing. We should grow as a community. And funny thing there, I brought a check just for the retardedness of it to tackle him, got a yellow card. But we should really start to help each other. If somebody asks you for a shout out, you should give it to him. I'm not implying that Rossi SD should shout me out. I like it that he actually replied to me. Hopefully he will. And the gameplay is coming to an end. Hopefully you guys like this. 4-0 Sahara Warrior signing out. Bye.